Why a 40 years of service, antique, missiles, is still the Pla's favorite. In the CCTV recently exposed training exercise screen, a Department of Armored Detachment commanders keep an eye on the target area, with the Red Arrow 73 ready, report sound. A slender missile dragged the tail flame straight to the target. This scene would not be surprising in the 1980s, but when the hands of time dialed to 2025, the weapon is still active in the early years of reform and opening up in the frontline troops. One cannot help but wonder, in the Red Arrow 10, Red Arrow 12, and other new missiles are emerging today, this veteran, in fact, what are the outstanding features? The story begins with the northern defense line under the Iron Curtain of the Cold War 1969 Jumbo Island conflict. In the face of the T-62 tanks of steel torrent, our officers and men with a 40mm bazooka close to the shooting, but little effect of the painful lessons, gave birth to the development of homemade anti-tank missiles, the urgent need, through special channels to obtain the Soviet Union, at 3 firebox missiles, like a key to open a new world. When the 1979 Red Arrow 73 finalized and installed, this can be 3 kilometers away from the 400mm armor penetration of the weapon, so that the Chinese infantry for the first time with the armored clusters, with the qualifications of an equal dialogue. But the wheel of history always rolls forward. In the Red Arrow 73 finalized that year, the US Army has deployed in Europe the second generation of Tau-type missiles. The Soviet Union's at 5 arch shoulder is the thickness of the broken armor to 800mm level. The pressure brought about by this technological gap was manifested in the 1981 North China exercises, although the Red Arrow 73 successfully destroyed the simulated T-72 target vehicle. The operator needed to manually guide the entire clumsy way, in stark contrast to the Western TV-guided missiles, which are fired and left alone. General Lee, then technical director of the Armored Corps, wrote in the exercise summary, Red Arrow 73 solves the problem of availability, but the future battlefield needs a sharper hunter. It is this sober understanding, so that the Red Arrow 73 opened the world's military history of rare, reverse growth, miracle. 1991 Gulf War, the Iraqi army with the original version of the AT-3 to create a flying brick, results. Stimulating China's military industry to open the technological digging. 1994, improved to enhance the depth of armor to 650mm. 2002 digital guidance version of the hit rate of more than 85% in 2016. The night fighting type integrated microlight night vision. Night combat type integrated microlight night vision device. Now a synthetic brigade installed the latest improved Red Arrow 73 × 10 to the power of 1, even through the data chain to receive drone reconnaissance information, to achieve a shot-be guide, intelligent strike. Its armor thickness has reached 1000mm, but the unit price is controlled within 30,000 yuan, is known as the king of cost-effective. This continuous evolution of vitality in the equipment system to form a unique, ecological niche. 2018 Ju-Rai confrontation exercises. The Blue Army Digital Armor Battalion suddenly suffered Red Arrow 73 saturation attack. It turns out that the Red Army will be the old launcher hidden in the anti-slope, with the improved missile range of 4 kilometers to implement the over-the-horizon strikes. The director of the review found that these unit price of only tens of thousands of dollars of old buddy, but also let the cost of hundreds of millions of simulated enemy armor group loss of 30% of the fighting force. This cost-effective advantage is precisely the expensive new missiles are difficult to reach. Into the Western theater of a plateau training base, 4,500 meters above sea level on the shooting range, the Red Arrow 73 is staging a stunning precision strike. 4th grade Sergeant Wang Lei explained, don't look at the Red Arrow 12 as more advanced. In thin air, the wing generated by the lift is insufficient, easy to destabilize. Instead, the Red Arrow 73's large-sized bomb wings, like the wings of a plateau eagle, can steadily bite the target. This unique aerodynamic design, so that in the altitude of more than 4,000 meters still maintain 85% hit rate, become the mountain troops of the heart of the good. What's even better is the design of its detached sighting system. Unlike Western missiles that integrate the observation equipment into the launch tube, the shooter of the Red Arrow 73 can operate it covertly from 300 meters away, completely subverting the traditional anti-tank tactic of launching as exposing. 2020 during the India-China border standoff, this tactic of hitting the bull through the mountain made the opponent's tank column never dare to make a move. They never know from which mountain pass the deadly missiles will suddenly come flying in. They never know from which mountain pass the deadly missiles will suddenly fly. A synthetic brigade in the northern theater of war, The Minister of Equipment calculated an account, the full replacement of the Red Arrow 12 missiles need $3 billion, while the existing Red Arrow 73 inventory is enough to consume until 2030. So the brigade creatively used 2+1 organization mode, each anti-tank detachment equipped with 2 sets of new missile systems and 1 set of improved Red Arrow 73, not only to ensure technical superiority, but also to digest the inventory of equipment. This pragmatic approach, and the Navy and the modern-class destroyers Mixed Eagle, 12 and Sunburst missiles on the same idea, reflecting the Chinese military gradual change, high and low with the wisdom. Warehouse custodian Lao Zhang's experience is more convincing. He managed a strategic reserve. The first batch of Red Arrow 73 produced in 1983 is still maintained in a state of readiness. These old comrades, although the response is slower, but never fall off the chain at critical moments. In 2020, the Southeast Coast exercise, strong electromagnetic interference to the new missiles collective, blind, but the mechanical control system of the Red Arrow 73 stable play, 3 rounds of 3 in the destruction of the beachhead fortress. International military market for the Red Arrow 73 provides an alternative verification stage. Yemen battlefield, after simple modification of the Red Arrow 73 created the myth of the destruction of the M1A2. Guerrillas will be dismantled after the missile transported into the mountains, with a laptop-modified guidance system staged on the horse on the soil of modern guerrilla warfare. This amazing adaptability to the battlefield, so that it continues to sell in third world countries. Exports in 2024 exceeded 20,000, becoming a poor country's precision strike weapon. More noteworthy is the strategic value of its technological proliferation. When Turkey tried to copy the Red Arrow 73, China's military industry took the opportunity to export technical standards, successfully transforming competitors into partners. This, old with new, military trade strategy for the subsequent Red Arrow 12. Red Arrow 16 to open up the market paved the way to build a unique Chinese characteristics of the arms export ecosystem. Standing at the threshold of 2025, looking back, the legend of Red Arrow 73 is still being written. On the drill ground in the Northwest Desert, the intelligently transformed launchers and drones are grouped for combat. In the fortifications along the southeast coast, the pre-positioned improved missiles and the new patrol bombs form fire echelons. And even in the simulated confrontation at the International Space Station, the combat parameters of the Red Arrow 73 are still providing training samples for the artificial intelligence algorithms. This weapon, which was born in the era of manual calculation ruler, has thus completed a magnificent turn in the wave of informationization, writing the evolution theory that belongs to China's military industry uniquely. When the new generation of amphibious combat vehicles carrying the pendant-type Red Arrow 20 cut through the sky, the figure of the Red Arrow 73 is fading away. But its story is far from over. In the foreseeable future, this missile carrying 40 years of national defense memory will continue to shine in the combat readiness duty, border patrols, militia training. With the last years of service interpretation of the best use of things, military philosophy, for the history of China's weapons and equipment development has left a colorful footnote.